Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals day 2. So this is Friday move-in. Probably got about 375 cars moved in yesterday, which is pretty good. Way more than we've ever had on any other Thursday. Today should be pretty good. I'm super tired and I still haven't woke up yet. I have my Red Bull, so I'll, somebody's calling. This is Ian. Open enrollment. So I'll start recording again when I wake up and something interesting happens. Right now I'm just driving this thing through this massive tunnel thing, so. Got a push button trans. Yeah. That's so cool. This is another one of my favorites. I feel like I say that on every clip I record, but this one belongs to Tom Lembeck. 340 4-speed. Pretty sweet. That might be the shortest drive I've had all day. Rob and Kate and Laura and Bappa got here, but Laura and Bappa are at the hotel. I'm taking Kate and Rob back there now, and Rob is a weirdo. In this trailer, real GT40 race car. So cool. Yeah. Woo! Stop. So sick. It's 12:12. I'm just leaving the show. Like 10 o'clock, I was like, oh man, it's totally dead. Like everything is good, we're set up. And then we found a bunch of stuff to do. They're still staying and working. I'm tired and going back to the room. They're just moving cars that run and stuff. So I don't think I filmed hardly anything. My battery is still almost all the way full. I'm drained and I wish I would have filmed more today, but I just honestly, like, it's kind of hard to drive other people's cars and when like you're working to grab the camera and do all that stuff. So I didn't, and yeah, whatever. I don't know. Blah, good night.
Cruising cool. Cruising cool. Cruising cool. Faces wind in your face.
Yeah, it sure does, doesn't it? It's like 8:30 and the show is closed, so I'm gonna walk through and just show you like what some of my favorite cars from the show are. This is not every car here. This is just things that I think are cool that I happen to drive past. This isn't really like one of my normal style vlogs where maybe it'll be boring if you're not into cars. So first one is Scott. Hi! It's my brother-in-law. B7 Blue 440 6-pack Challenger convertible. Top 5 favorite car. Butterscotch Cuda. Something that's kind of unique about this show, not kind of unique, but that's super unique about the show, is that every car that I'm about to show you, including the 2 I just showed you, are real deal cars, meaning we don't allow clones to enter our judge classes. So if you go to a normal car show, you might see a Hemi Cuda convertible, but originally that came with like a 318 or a Slant 6. If you see a Hemi Cuda convertible at our show, it's going to be a real Hemi Cuda convertible. The exception to that is we have a fake Hemi Cuda and a fake Hemi Challenger, both convertible. And those are in vendor booths. Generally speaking, if you see a car here, it's going to be a real one. So I think this is kind of a cool display, finer details it has. Obviously, the lights in here are weird. So that's B3 and this is B5 blue. Cool that you've got a 70 and a 71. Gold with a brown interior, Hemi Cornet 69. I love painted steelies and dog dish. I realize the Hornet is nothing like these cars, but I am really wanting to do like a painted 17-inch steel wheel, like a yellow 17 on it. I think that would look so cool. Maybe not with dog dish hubcaps, but with just you know, a bare steely. I think that would really change the look of the car and make it look really sweet. So I'm gonna try to find a set this winter and have them painted. This is a pretty cool display Magnum Restorations put together. So they have 3 Sublime 70 Mopars. So Hemi Challenger, a 340 Cuda convertible, and a 7440 Superbird. I mean, obviously, whenever you see a $10+ million car, it's a pretty cool thing, but so cool. Killer Z50 Mini Trails 1970. There's another one over there. This is 6950. I really want to get one of these, and I'll show you one that if Laura, I'm hoping my wife isn't watching this. I'll show you one that I'm trying to buy. Sorry, Laura. So this is the one that I really want to buy. Unrestored original. It's filthy, but this thing will clean up so good. Book. Book is the person that makes sure this whole show happens. Restored cars are cool because you can still document and decode them, but bikes and mini bikes, there's no way to tell like what color they were originally. You can decode the frame and the engine, you know, and the components to get the right year, but like, I don't know, just something about a completely unrestored bike like that is just so cool that it's way better to be original in my eyes. So that's why, same with like the Stingrays, the 63 4s and 5s that I have are all unrestored. People always take the crappy colors and paint them a different color and that kind of thing. Challenger convertible, 440. Not bad. A real Shelby Cobra. 69 M code Barracuda is pretty sweet. I don't know why, I love these ugly colors like this green. So it's pretty unusual to have a big block Cuda in 69. '63 Max Wedge Plymouth. Look at that old school battery. How cool is that? I drove this car, I think it's in the other video. It's got the push button trans, so instead of a shifter, you push the buttons to change the gear. This is a pretty killer lineup of wing cars. So Superbirds and Daytonas. I'm just gonna go around the whole block and show you how many we have. Hemi Daytona right there. Real Petty Superbird. So these two are not real. Like Richard Petty in 1971 never raced winged whatever. These are like recreations that are if they continued with the wings into the 71 season. So kind of a cool thing that on the windshield of it, 71wingcars.com. $680 miles unrestored. The focus of the show is not modern type race cars or things like that, but this thing is just too cool not to look at. Look at that turbo. I'm told this car runs 7s. Roadkill Nights, Drag Week, Woodward, Roadkill Nights again. True Street, Power Tour, 71 V Code Cuda convertible, next to a 71 V Code. Oh, this is a Hemi Challenger, 1 of 6. I remember watching Ronnie Sox race this car when I was a kid at the Mopar Nationals. I don't know how many times I've said this in this video, or if I've said it at all, I'm sure I'll say it a lot more times, but F6, this color green, M code cars, F6 M code. How many cryptic phrases can I use? But this is like very close to an all-time favorite car. We also have A12 or M code reunion where we have the largest gathering of these cars under one roof ever. I'll show you that later in the video because it's in a whole other hall. I don't know why, but for some reason like 68 and 69 Buick GSs are kind of like the child of the Buick world, and Buicks are kind of like child of the General Motors muscle cars. I just absolutely love like that body line. Not the convertible's not as much, but just that body line is so cool. Blue cars with red lines. If you know my dad, you know when I was a kid we had a 1969 GTX that was B5 blue with red lines. Another 69 Corvette in bronze. I think this is so cool. Bronze with a brown vinyl top and brown interior. The 69 Roadrunner, Hemi. Another M code 69 Cuda. It's like the body colored Steelies again, just so cool. This was in the other video. Oh, I might not have put it in the other video, but that's a pretty cool car too. This guy's from Michigan and has done Bonneville in this thing. Always driven, never trailered, so look at this. In 2016, drove to Bonneville, did 154 miles an hour. In 2018, did 165 miles an hour. It's our annual photo where we're all on the cart.
Yeah, we are.
So it kind of sucks that this car's under a cover, but there were 4 Hemi Roadrunner convertibles built in 1970. This is one of them. It's purple. I don't know why it has a cover on. It shouldn't, but whatever. The owner put a cover on it, so that sucks. But 1, 2. So we have half of the population of 70 Hemi Roadrunner convertibles. But wait, there's more. 3. And don't worry, 4. So all known 70 Hemi Roadrunner convertibles are sitting here right now. This is, I don't know this to be a fact, but this is probably like the only time these have all been together. And then sprinkled in too, I mean, obviously like I skimmed right past, but you've got, sign says 1 of 621 383 Roadrunner convertible. And for good measure, a 69, 1 of 12 Hemi Roadrunner convertible. 446, a Roadrunner convertible. 383 69 Roadrunner convertible. And of course, we have to have a Hemi 68 Roadrunner convertible. This one was a pace car for the 1967 Grand Prix in Riverside, wherever that is. None of these cars are clones. I don't know that anybody that watches YouTube videos really is into VINs, but I'll show you. RS27J. So 27 means convertible and 68J meant Hemi. I can't make a car show video where we have some of the coolest American Motors cars and not show those either. This thing is absolutely insane. A black Rebel machine, probably the only one, at least the only one I've ever seen, and during the unveiling I think I heard him say it is the only one known to exist. Fun thing about this, the owner of this car is also named Ian, and this is also an AMC Hornet, but this is an SC360, so obviously it's a little different than ours. 74 Matador factory prototype. So all 3 of these cars actually were unveiled. I don't know nearly as much about AMC products as I do about like Chrysler products. Another A12 Roadrunner. This one's a Survivor going through vintage cert. Killer Pro Touring Challenger convertible. It needs a little bit bigger tire in the back in my opinion, maybe a little bit lower, but pretty neat. And this is part of a tribute to Vietnam veterans that we're doing. Pikes Peak AMC AMX pace car. This 61 Starliner is pretty wicked. Big old tire in the back. I will own one of these someday. Here's a fun tip. If you are taking your car to a car show, especially an indoor car show, it's so annoying when you hang these stupid effing flags because nobody can take a good picture of your car. So, super cool car, but these flags completely ruin it because I can't get a good picture without them in it. We don't have a ton of 80s cars here, but Shelby Lancer is definitely pretty cool. 68 Barracuda in silver with super rare color for Mopars. 71 340 Cuda convertible. I love that color. This with Steely's would be so killer. Gotta say, I don't know if in my life I've ever seen a Nash Metropolitan with a Hemi. This is absolutely on the list of favorites. So when I was a kid, I think I said earlier in this video even, my dad had a 69 GTX and it was B5 blue. That car had a black vinyl top, blue interior. This is a Hemi Roadrunner, but very similar looking car, and this is exactly how I would, like if I could buy a Roadrunner today or a GTX, it would be this. Steely's B5 blue, so killer. Bench seat, 4-speed, Steely's and red lines, like I don't know that there's one thing I would change about this car. I love this color too. Something that I love about old cars, especially old Mopars, is that they have these weird options. So like this car, it's an SE. So SE was special edition and it meant that the back window was smaller, which is such a weird option. But if you compare it, obviously this is a Challenger and this is a Cuda, but the Challenger, you know, had a similar size back window. So what a weird option to have a smaller back window. It makes absolutely no sense, but it's so cool. And obviously this car is especially cool too. Oh, and it's a 446 pack. Plum Crazy AAR Cuda. TA Challenger. Hemi Cuda. This is like when I was a kid, the Revell model car. it looked exactly like this next to a plum crazy purple Hemi Challenger. Like, what a cool photo that is. The color sucks in here, but these are like legit purple cars. They're so cool. AMX3, you saw me drive this in my other video from Move-In, and this is also the car that was at Northport Cars in the Park in Traverse City. Different owner now. What are the odds of having a 69 Hemi Charger barn find and a 68 Hemi Charger barn find? I haven't finished editing the video from Move-In, so I don't know if I showed you this or not, but there's our CT70. There's another one just like it. The cool thing about these two are their original owners. They were two brothers that got them in 1970, which is kind of killer. So I have been pining a blue Z50, and I like unrestored original. Save the best for last, or some of the best for last in my opinion, and that is our A12 Collection. All 69.5 Roadrunners and Super Bs, and starting with what I think is the coolest. It's a Super B with the floral pattern top, which is like a floral pattern. And I'm just gonna cruise around the whole display and show you. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is gorgeous, by the way. This looks exactly like the model car I built. 9, 10, 11, that's a great color. 12, 13, silver, super rare. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, white again, super rare. 21, 22, 23. That's just in this room. All the other ones that I showed you are real deal M code cars too, so just absolutely crazy. I'll have to go back in when I'm editing and count all of the other ones, because I didn't count how many I've looked at. Oh, there's another one down here. I really like this color too. Not a fan of these wheels, but I like this car a lot. This thing is pretty killer too. Obviously a Camaro, which is not my favorite, but if you get close, it's like original paint, kind of crusty, and it's got some big brakes. It also has a full LS swap. I'm talking to the owner, and he says that he wanted a car where he could get in, hit the key, and it'd be just like a brand new car, but that it still had character. And I'm like, you nailed it. This car is absolutely perfect. It's actually for sale, and it's what I think super good price, but the divorce attorney that would also have to be paid for would be a little bit less cost effective, so probably not going to buy it, which is a bummer.